Mahoney is back with us tonight. Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you? Great
Always
to see
good, always good to see you. We're talking about the Isley Brothers. This is such an interesting case. I was reading about it. Like, they were the Isley Brothers. Now one of them wants the name and kind of sneakily tried to get it.
Right. So, you know, we've seen this before on a lot of different occasions where you have celebrities fighting over the rights to ownership of either the copyright or the trademark.
Yeah.
You know, we've seen it with Gallagher, with he and his brother ended up getting in a fight with who originally came up with the idea. So let's kind of talk a little bit bigger picture, okay? So a copyright protects a literary, artistic, musical type product, okay? It doesn't protect the story, but the way the story is done.
Okay.
And usually as soon as you create the product, whether it's a song or a story, then you automatically have a copyright. Whereas a trademark is some sort of brand identity. So usually it's a logo, the Nike swoosh or the Apple, but it can also be a brand identity based upon a name recognition or a photo recognition, which is what happened in this particular case. The one brother went in and got a trademark on the whole thing, on their images, their songs. And so that's what they're really fighting over. But it's going to all go back to what was the agreement in the beginning and how was all of that dealt with. What we see a lot more of is if somebody is infringing on somebody else's copyright or trademark. That's a lot more of the issues that you see. And the issue there is what is a fair use versus what is an unfair use of the information. So, like a parody. You can do a parody on something and then that's okay. That's not an unfair use of the copyright.
Okay.
But there is things that are considered unfair uses. So like somebody did a trivia game on Seinfeld and didn't get permission to use it. Well, all that did was use the exact same information, so that was an unfair use. Somebody did a dictionary of all of the Harry Potter isms, you know, all the different things that she created. Well, that was also identical, so they said, no, you don't get to do that. More recently, we've seen it with somebody like Taylor Swift, who basically re-released all of her old songs. But she had done changes to those songs. And the court looks at, does the change have a transformative quality to the product? And if it does, then it's not covered by the original copyright.
That's how she's getting away with all those
That's how
Taylor
she's getting away
versions.
with it, yeah. So her and Robbie Williams and a lot of these other artists are changing the way they do the song, re-releasing them, and then they get to make all the money.
Which that one I feel like a lot of people at least have a little bit of knowledge of, just literally because Taylor Swift is the most famous person ever.
Well, and if you're going to get into business with somebody, if you have an idea, get it in writing. Go to a lawyer, get the agreement in writing. The Isley Brothers never put anything in writing. They didn't have any original contract. This is all based upon, now they're going to have to go back and redo.
Sure.
Here's how we did everything back 40, 50 years ago.
And it wasn't as common to necessarily have the legal pieces you needed when brothers started a band.
Right. Well, you know, when you get together in a business, have some
should.
sort of agreement in writing in some fashion in order to protect you.
Have you ever seen the musical Jersey Boys?
Yes.
The movie? You know, the whole thing is the deal was based on a handshake?
Yes.
That's like the end of it. I think that's like the final line of the thing. That's all I'm thinking about during this. I'm like, I don't think they had the right legal pieces they were supposed to have at the time.
Not a good
They probably
idea.
do now.
Yes, I'm thinking
Frankie Valli's still touring.
Yes, I know. The guy's amazing. It's unbelievable.
He probably has the things that he needs. So basically with this, you said that they're going to go back to how did this originally happen, and then is it going to be, I mean, who do you think is going to win? The brother that trademarked or the brother that's like, hey, why'd you do that?
I have no idea. This one's going to be really tough to call. I'm surprised the brother got the trademark.
Yeah.
But he did, and so he's going to say, well, now that I have the trademark, I own. But and again, this is a stretch. But I think the court's going to go back to, okay, what did you do through this whole thing? And at some point, did the one brother leave because he went and became a minister?
Yeah.
So at some point, did he leave this partnership to such an extent that the other brother ran everything, because one brother has passed away, that the other brother ran everything, and so from that point on, then the other brother owns the whole thing?
It's pretty complicated.
These trials in federal court can go on for weeks and weeks and weeks. They're some of the most grueling trials that are done are copyright and patent infringement trials. A lot of times the jury trials can go on. They can go on for 6, 8, 12 weeks because you have to just do witness after witness after witness. and whether or not, what's the impact on the marketplace and what's the impact on the consumer. And they're very, very complicated. They're a mess.
Bet these brothers aren't going to get pizza this weekend.
Probably not. They're not going to spend Christmas together, I don't think.
don't
Yeah.
think so.
Neither did Gallagher. That didn't work out.
Sign the papers. Thank you so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
Coming up next, we're introducing you to the team behind Power Restoration. I'm later Tammany Cup of Me. Cheers to almost finishing the work week on Spirit Day. We'll be right back.